Hello and welcome to the Musical Chairs Podcast, the only podcast that invites you to pull up a chair and take a listen. We're going to be doing a more subdued podcast this evening. My voice is very shaky due to basically performing my butt off this weekend with the Valparaiso Theatrical Company, and we're performing a play called Specter of Treason and Oswald Trial, and it's going along really, really well. If you haven't seen it and you're in the Valparaiso, Indiana area this weekend, Thursday through Sunday, feel free to swing by. I'll put a link down below so that you can swing by, get some tickets, check out yours truly. Being a defense lawyer for Lee Harvey Oswald, had Lee Harvey Oswald actually survived, and it's really cool. It's a really cool play, and I'm really looking forward to actually performing on the 50-year anniversary of the JFK assassination, which is November 22nd, and hopefully getting my client off in this crime. Not literally, but figuratively from his crime. So you, the audience, you guys get to actually vote as to whether he is guilty in the first degree, guilty in the second degree, not guilty, or undecided. And I'm really excited for the 22nd, because not only are we just doing a regular performance, but we are actually doing a gala as well. It's not a gala, it's a gala. So the gala is going to be really cool. We're going to do a discussion, a Q&A with the audience. It's going to be a lot of fun. So really looking forward to that. So I've got to take it easy. I can't get upset. I'm going to just try to allow my voice to be what it is. And that's the way we're going. So with that said, we're going to go ahead and do a review for singles this evening. It's been quite some time since we've done any of them, so I'm looking forward to actually doing my first one in a few weeks. And the band of choice for tonight is cLOUD9. Now, cLOUD9, they go by the short name of cLOUD9. Really, really good marketing there. The cLOUD9 actually has 9 members in it. It's a huge band, and this is the way they describe themselves on their website. They are a group that blends veteran funk rockers, indie reggae horn players, and the MC Pro Black the Dawn. It also says here that they create a unique blend of hip-hop, funk rock, alternative, and indie pop that translates into an infectious, fist-pumping, floor-stomping set that engages and bridges people from across all types of cultures. No matter what your tastes or influences are, there's something about this band that draws you in and opens you up to the selective brew of bass beats, addictive rhymes, and soaring melodies. So, with a description like that, I felt, you know what? Let's check these guys out. And I did. And I decided to review one of their songs out of a collection that they have online. You can go to their website, ChicagoLoud9.com, and that's ChicagoLoud9.com, and click on over to the download section, which will take you to their Bandcamp, and you can download their LP over there on Bandcamp. So with that said, it's there for free if you want it. So with that said, I want to talk about a song called Hare of the Dog. Now, Hare of the Dog is a pretty cool song. I like this song, probably the best song on the whole record. I'll tell you why. It's not going to be it's going to be an interesting journey as to why I like this song and why I think it's the best song on the record. The reason I think it's a cool, I like the idea of this band. I really like the idea of having a really tight horn section. The rhythm section is incredibly tight. Guitar playing is great. It's great guitar playing. Things I would expect, elements I would expect out of a funk genre. They are transposed with an MC who either raps or the verses, or he raps the choruses. So there's this interesting juxtaposition between the singer, who I believe is named, there we go, Brian Prey, who is the singer, the vocalist, and Don D, who is the lyricist or the rapper. And so what's really interesting to listen to on some of this stuff is they're right about being seductive. I like, having come from the Texas area, and grown up on a healthy diet of what's called the Scabs in Austin, which featured, and of course I forget his name as I'm doing the podcast. Why does that always happen to me when I'm on the podcast? I never remember anybody's name. I'm tired. Bob Schneider, that's who it is. I grew up on a very healthy diet of the Scabs, and Bob Schneider being from Texas, and they remind me of the Scabs, and I like the modern funk homage stuff that they pull off. I think it's really cool stuff. Now, let me tell you about the song. I think lyrically, what I think the song's about is that the song is about basically getting plastered the night before and waking up with a hangover and having to realize that you got to go face your day. And really, really dreading what you've got to face, and basically taking a look at it and saying, hey, yeah, you may have a crappy day, but you know what, dude, you're lucky if you've got another day. So live it up, right? So I think, like, lyrically, to me, that spoke to me in volumes. And Don, when he goes off on his rap, technically, from a technical perspective, very, very cool stuff that he does. He's a very good MC. He's very good at what he does. I cannot do what he does. I think he's great. However, I think it actually hurts the song a little bit. And the reason why is because, like, I was totally digging this idea of this, seeing this guy waking up in the morning and just being like, oh, I want to get up. And then when we get into the rap breakdown for the bridge, the music is kicking. I mean, it's awesome. It's so supportive. Again, back to the Scabs of Bob Schneider from Austin, Texas. I think, musically, it's awesome. But man, the rap doesn't do it for me. And I love rap and I love hip hop stuff, and it just doesn't do it for me. It sounds like it's forced, and I think that's the problem I have with this record, is that it's a good marriage, I think, from a live perspective. I've never seen this band live. I'm going to go see this band live before I make my true final judgment on the entire output of this band. But on this record, it just comes off gimmicky. And I don't like the fact that I have to say something negative about somebody in any way, shape, or form. It comes off gimmicky to me because it feels forced more than anything else. And the songs where the rap is more prominent and he has something more to say, when we get to the hook and Brian comes in with his singing, it just doesn't feel right. And I listened to this record at least 4 times all the way through. I felt like guilty feeling that way, and I do, guys, and I'm sorry. I really am, but I must be honest on this one. Out of all the songs, I think this is the strongest one that you've got on this record, and that's why I'm giving this one a thumbs up. And there's some really cool, again, instrument, minus the vocal presentation. I mean, the rest of the record is phenomenal. It is just, it's great, and you guys are all fantastic musicians, but this marriage doesn't work on this record as a whole. It needs something else, and I don't know what that is. I don't know what you can add to it. And it's also my biases. I'm comparing you to another band. Number 2, I'm hearing, because of the instrumentation, for some reason I'm getting a Flowbots feeling. And it just could be your composition, it could be similar background or whatever, but I kind of want to hear something more subdued, and I think that Don's delivery is just it's a little too real for me. I don't know. When it hits me, like, I'm like, whoa, it feels like you're just taking this opportunity from this band so you can showcase yourself, versus you're truly integrated in. And again, it's just perception for me. And the other reason is because I'm also wondering if maybe because of how the music is set up, the rap doesn't really support it in its own. I was wondering, would this be a better record, and would I like it more personally if Don would sing his delivery? So kind of for lack of a better term, Bone Thugs and Harmony kind of thing. Not exactly, but just with you can sing your dialogue effectively and your delivery and still keep it very, very hip hop. But I know he's not that kind of rapper, at least not on this record. And so maybe those expectations of mine are probably coloring what it is that I want to really hear from this band. It just does not feel supportive in either regard. So I'm going to say this, even though I'm not digging it on the record, and I think Hare of the Dog to me is the best song overall. On the record, I'm going to reserve final judgment for when I see you guys live. And I believe you guys they're playing live December 13th at the Metro. So just because I don't like them doesn't mean that other people don't like them. And I'm sure that I will change my mind as soon as I see these guys live, and then I'll be like, oh, I get it now. But without seeing it live, I don't think the record does you guys justice. If you guys kill it live, the record's not doing you justice. And I think for your next recording, that might be something you want to think about for the next recording. But otherwise, I mean, I think there's enough good stuff here for anyone to come by and check out this band. Just because there's something I don't like about it doesn't mean that there's something you won't like about it. But overall, you know what? I will recommend this record. It is cLOUD9, Chicago Loud9. Check them out on their website at chicagoloud9.com. And check out their record, give them some money, throw some money their way, and support these guys. Also, check them out on December 13th at the House of Blues. I'm sorry, at the Metro at 3730 North Clark Street. And friend them up on Facebook and let them know that the Musical Chairs podcast is giving some constructive criticism to these guys. But best of luck to them. Anyway, that's all I've got for this segment. I am your host, Nelson Velasquez, and thank you for watching.